I would like to go over some interesting numbers that you should be aware of. This is the school calendar from Glenbrook North. This may not be your school, but your school's school calendar would not be that different. So I will use this as reference here. So use your school starts around here. School starts for teachers, school starts for students, and here's the number of class days per week. So at the bottom you have a number of class days per month written here. So there are 20 days and 21 days, 18 days, and so on. So as you go through the year until the last class of the year, you end up having 178 days. That's it. So that's the number of days of tuition you have here. Let's compute how many hours you would have studied. Let's take geometry, for example. So if you're taking 178 days, and each day you study 50 minutes, so I will convert that into hours doing this. That would be 148 hours of geometry studying, for example. Now, suppose you come to an academy like Sabio Academy and you study once a week. If you run this and count number of weeks here, assuming that we run this class in parallel with school, there will be 42 weeks here. So during the 42 weeks, you will study 90 minutes each once a week. So that would turn out to be 63 hours. Not even half of a school's teaching. How can you even dream of catching up or going ahead of school when you are learning only half as much? How can that be? First of all, this number is not solid studying. You got to take into somebody goofing off, somebody not doing homework, substitute teacher coming in, or the final drill happening. Just countless things that is happening in school would eat away from here. Quite a bit would be lost there, but it would not go down to 63. Then how can we hope to match this hours doing this? The answer is by doing e-learning. So you go to sabioacademy.com, go to iSabio e-learning, and click on geometry. Here, these are the lectures that I made, and entire books content is here. In fact, you don't even need a teacher unless you want to ask questions here. Every concept is explained in full motion. I explained the whole thing. So you should take full advantage of this here. For example, if you go to a chapter here, it tells you how many hours of lecture this is. So how much time do you think you should consider spending to study this part? And I also tell you about how much time the lectures are, take how much the lecture hours of each section as well, the total of 31 minutes. But listening is not really understanding completely. So here's my recommendation of how many days you should allocate to understand these. So you got the activation code. While at it, let me show you where to activate it. You go to your activation code, click, and you go down to geometry. Where's geometry? Here, geometry activation, click, and a window will pop up. And into this window, here underneath here, activation code, here you will paste your activation code and submit, and it will work. So here at Sabio Academy, we are offering the entire course to you so that you can study this. So going back to the magic number that we are talking about here, this 63 hours can more than surpass 148 hours if you add e-learning to this. How many hours of this? Who knows? I'm offering the entire course, so that could be equivalent to the entire 150 hours. So you're paying for 63 and you're getting all this. If you do it, then you are getting a much bigger benefit. Now, suppose you are like some students and don't even bother doing it and show up empty-handed to the class, then this is all you have. You will not even catch up with this. What's going to happen is that by December or so, school will be ahead of Sabio. How can it not? It has more than twice of ours. And you may wonder, I'm taking courses at Sabio so that I can learn ahead and be prepared and all that, but no, I'm just dragging behind. This is designed to be dragged behind. School is going twice as fast compared to Sabio. So please be aware that without this, you have no hope of catching up or excelling in school. So that's why we made e-learning, and that's why we found this affordable solution for you guys. Imagine paying for lessons for all these hours. So please use the teaching hours with your teacher to ask questions that you had while watching e-learning. So you should study ahead and learn the whole thing on your own. And then on the parts that you got stuck, on the parts that I didn't explain well, that part, please ask your teacher. Do not show up in the class and sit back and say, teach me. Your teacher can't. There's no way to compete these hours. So I wish you a good studying by fully utilizing these e-learning resources that we are offering. Thank you.